When investing in a retirement account, whether it's individually owned or maybe a 401k or a 403b through work, one of the questions that you'll need to answer is whether you want to make Roth or pre-tax contributions. And so those sound like fancy words, but really at the end of the day, the question that you want to answer is, do you want your tax break now, or do you want your tax break after your investments have grown at the end when you need to take distributions from those accounts? The thing that we want to make sure that we do is to pay the lowest tax rate that you can in the long term on your investments. If you are at the very beginning of your career and you are expecting to have some substantially higher years of earning ahead of you, then you may want to consider contributing to a Roth account, because that will let you defer your tax break so that you take money that you've already paid taxes on and you're investing that, and then when you pull the money out of the accounts, that is when you are pulling the money from the accounts tax-free. So any distribution that you take from that account, all the gain, it grows tax-free, and you pull it out and it's tax-free then as well. When you contribute to a pre-tax account, unless you're making a non-deductible IRA contribution, you receive a tax break on the front end when you put that money into the account, but then when you pull the money out of the account, then you face income tax on all of the money that you do pull from that retirement account. Another option that you do have with retirement accounts is the ability to convert funds from a traditional IRA or a traditional retirement plan into a Roth plan. And so essentially, you're answering the same question. You're saying, yes, I want to pay more tax now so that I do not need to pay tax in the future, which may or may not be appropriate depending on your financial situation and current tax bracket that you're in. Another factor that you will want to consider when deciding between Roth or pre-tax retirement contributions is what you expect tax rates will be in the future, because the government could change these. We do not, of course, have the crystal ball and know exactly what is going to happen, but we would want to pay the tax now when tax rates are lower, and then if tax rates are higher in the future, avoid paying taxes at that point. And the inverse is true as well. And obviously, we do not know what tax rates will do in the future, but what contributing to a Roth retirement plan does is it allows you to have some tax diversification in your accounts, so that if there is a time when tax rates are higher for you, then you may decide to take a distribution from the Roth account. And then if tax rates are lower for you, then you may decide to take distributions from the pre-tax accounts and go ahead and pay the income tax on those. And so at the end of the day, the question that you want to answer is, when do you want to pay your taxes? Because ideally, you could pay them at the point in your career where your tax rate is the lowest, and then take the money out of your accounts that you will need to pay income tax on at a point where you can handle that and where there is flexibility. Our role when we help clients to determine which kind of account to contribute to at the moment is to set up a good situation for them in retirement so that they do have flexibility between the kinds of accounts that they can take distributions from at a tax rate that is going to make sense for them and is not going to require them to pay more in taxes than they need to.